Please note that the content of this tour is serious and contains interviews with Pentagon survivors that may be inappropriate for young children and distressful for those personally impacted by September 11th. Please walk to the black entry stone that reads Pentagon Memorial. Welcome to the Pentagon and the Pentagon Memorial. We would like to take a moment and give you a brief background on the memorial and on the Pentagon itself. Throughout this tour, you will be directed to several key points of interest that will help you understand the significance of what you are about to see. You should now be standing at the black entry stone that reads Pentagon Memorial. The Pentagon Memorial is America's first national 9/11 memorial dedicated to those who died in the attack on our nation on September 11, 2001. The Pentagon Memorial design was developed by Julie Beckman and Keith Caseman. Their vision for the memorial was selected from more than 1,100 submissions by a panel of architects, family members, and public figures in the Washington, D.C. area, including 2 former secretaries of defense. The significance of the entry stone is captured in the inscription. We claim this ground in remembrance of the events of September 11, 2001, to honor the 184 people whose lives were lost, their families, and all who sacrificed that we may live in freedom. We will never forget. This quote was originally inscribed in limestone for the groundbreaking ceremony on June 15, 2006. It was transferred to this piece of granite to stand the test of time, capture the sentiments expressed during the construction effort, and identify the real purpose of the memorial. The reverse side of the entry stone pays tribute to all those individuals, companies, military leaders, and government officials that played an integral role in the commission, design, funding, and construction of this historic memorial. Please walk to the second black stone that lists the names of the 184 victims. You should now be standing in front of the locator stone that lists the victims. This stone carries the inscription, "On September 11, 2001, acts of terrorism took the lives of thousands at the World Trade Center in New York City, in a grassy field in Shanksville, Pennsylvania, and here at the Pentagon. We will forever remember our loved ones, friends, and colleagues." All 3 locations have been written into the history of the United States and claimed as sacred ground to recognize the tragedy of September 11th. Farther down the stone, each person lost here at the Pentagon is listed alphabetically by their last name along with their birth year, which can be used to locate their personal commemorative bench inside the memorial. The victims came from all walks of life, across the social, economic, ethnic, and religious spectrum. Administrative assistants, homemakers, doctors, educators, flight crew members, military and civilian personnel, scientists, and students. They came from towns and cities, large and small, from across America and around the world. The youngest was only 3 years old, the oldest 71. This expansive entrance, referred to as the Memorial Gateway, is meant to be a point of thought and remembrance before entering the memorial itself. Please proceed through the row of trees to the zero line at the entrance of the memorial. As you walk, we will tell you about the history of the Pentagon. The Pentagon is the national headquarters of the Department of Defense and has long been the most recognized symbol of strength, power, and freedom in the world. It presently houses approximately 26,000 military and civilian employees and about 3,000 non-defense support personnel dedicated to protecting our national interests. The Pentagon was created in 16 short months during World War II. Completed in 1943, the Pentagon contains 17.5 miles of corridors and is still the largest low-rise office building in the world. The base of the Pentagon sits on 34 acres of land, including the 5-acre center courtyard. Each wedge of the Pentagon is large enough to contain the entire U.S. Capitol building. An early plan for the building at the original proposed site called for a square structure with one corner cut off to accommodate an existing road. This resulted in a skewed pentagon shape. The Pentagon is a 5-sided, 5-story building containing 5 concentric rings of offices. You should now be standing at the zero line with September 11, 2001 inscribed in steel at the entrance of the memorial. The official entrance into the memorial occurs as you walk across what is known as the zero line, a line of granite inlaid into the concrete walking path. It is inscribed with the precise date and time of the attack on the Pentagon, September 11, 2001 at 9:37 a.m. The zero line was one of the final markers to be placed in the memorial before the dedication ceremony on September 11, 2008. The Pentagon Memorial has been constructed and positioned in the direct flight path of American Airlines Flight 77 seconds before it penetrated the exterior wall of the Pentagon, the exact point of impact, which you will see in a few minutes. Surrounding the memorial on 3 sides is a perimeter bench. Along the walkway, you will periodically see 2 parallel strips of stainless steel that extend through the memorial, anchored on the perimeter wall with a calendar year plaque dating back to 1930. These markers represent age lines that correspond to the birth year of each victim listed on the locator stone and contains their personal memorial bench. Please proceed to the 1998 age line. The benches throughout the memorial are oriented in 2 directions to distinguish whether that victim was on Flight 77 or in the Pentagon at the time of the attacks. To understand the directions, read the engraved nameplate at the end of each bench. When you are reading the nameplate, if you are facing the sky with your back to the Pentagon, the person lost was on Flight 77. Conversely, if you are reading the nameplate while looking at the Pentagon, that individual was in the building at the time of the attack. The 1998 age line contains the commemorative bench of young Dana Falkenberg. At age 3, Dana was the youngest person to have died here at the Pentagon. Tragically, Dana's entire family died with her aboard Flight 77. You will notice that there is a plaque in the pool of water under Dana's bench that lists the names of her parents, Charles and Leslie, and her older sister, Zoe. These plaques can be found under units where an individual perished alongside family members. This allows family members lost to remain forever linked. Please walk to the 1990 age line. Along with Dana and her sister Zoe, this area also displays the benches of Rodney Dickens, Asia Cottam, and Bernard Brown, who were accompanied by 3 teachers and 2 National Geographic directors on a trip to the Channel Islands off Santa Barbara, California. Please walk to the 1961 age line. As you continue further into the Memorial Park, you will notice a large gap before the next benches begin, denoting the age separation between the young children lost and the next youngest adult, 22-year-old Edmund Grafton Young, Jr. On the western edge of the memorial, as you look away from the Pentagon and stretching the length of the memorial from north to south, is a progressively taller gray wall called the Age Wall. The significance of the age wall is that it rises in height 1 inch per year above the perimeter bench relative to the age lines. At Dana Falkenberg's age line, the height of the wall is just 3 inches above the height of the perimeter bench. Continuing to the north side of the memorial, the wall reaches 71 inches above the perimeter bench at the age line of John Yemnicki, who was the oldest person to have died here at age 71. The entire Pentagon Memorial is designed to engage the senses in every possible way. You will walk over the crunching gravel surrounding each of the 184 cantilevered benches and notice the white crepe myrtles throughout the memorial. Each bench is made from polished stainless steel with a solid granite tile top, while beneath is a sparkling fountain which is illuminated at night. In the night sky, the radiance of these illuminations of remembrance shimmer in the darkness in honor of 184 lost souls. You should now be standing at the 1961 age line. The fence surrounding the memorial was purposeful in its design as well. It was important for visitors and surviving family members to be able to see the Pentagon and, indeed, the precise point of impact. If you position yourself along the fence line closest to the building, you will see a charred black stone in the base of the Pentagon that was pulled from the original building during excavation following the attack. The stone was reset into the foundation of the newly rebuilt structure